Hi, this is Dr. Ron Capps, Nicheprof. Today I wanted to give you a quick tour of a site that you've been hearing a lot about over the last few months called Empire Avenue. And what I've done is I've gone into my basic screen. The first time you log into Empire Avenue, you'll be asked to choose to register and also to determine your ticker symbol, or much like the stock market, how you want to be known. In my case, I wanted to align with my brand, so I chose Nicheprof. And then you put in the basic information like you would on most other social profiles. But this goes a little bit beyond social profiles. This is more along the lines of something like clout or other areas that programs that might measure your social influence or your reach. Because as you can see right here on Empire Avenue, you can connect these other platforms to Empire Avenue, and what it does is it monitors your activity there and gives you credit for them on Empire Avenue. And that's one of the things that goes into help determining where you are and your attractiveness to others as a potential investment on Empire Avenue. Now, you're looking basically at my page right now. I'm using a plugin developed by a friend of Chris Perillo and Chris that will give you a display of your yield and give you additional other information that you won't see on most others. If you go in and take a look here at my profile, and that will give you a look there. You can see a 30-day chart, and you can see also the communities I belong to, lists that have me on it, people that recommend me, the number of people I own shares in me, and who I own shares in. But rather than getting into the particulars right here, I thought I'd take today to take a look at an area that seems to confuse a lot of people, and that is the area called Shop. And Shop is an area you can go into and you can upgrade your account. You can buy luxury items. You can purchase eaves. You can buy online advertising. And I wanted to discuss my philosophy on these just so that you're aware. I'm not an advocate, nor do I believe in the luxury items. They don't add a lot of value to you. The only ones that do add value, there are 4 of them. And they require you to make purchases not with eaves, but with real money. And I don't believe that that's my reason for being on this platform or a good use of my funds. However, there are other things that are a good use, and that would be upgrades. And you can upgrade the number of shares you can purchase. You can also go in and upgrade your portfolio. That will allow you to buy more, which would mean to invest in more people. And these are things that can be done by using what they call eaves. And eaves is their currency on Empire Avenue. And so basically, if I wanted to upgrade something, I would go in and it would tell me how many eaves I would have to put in. Now, when you begin on Empire Avenue, you start with 200 shares. And you're limited to 200 shares for your first week. After 1 week, you can upgrade in blocks of 50. In other words, you can go from 200 shares that you can hold in others to 250, and that will either be a cost of 250,000 eaves, or you can use a combination of these eaves and cash. And you can do that at each level from 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350, and 350 to 400. The final upgrade costs 350,000, but it takes you from 400 to 500. And that is the number of shares you can own in other people. The other part of that equation is how many people you can own shares in. And initially you can own shares in up to 1,000 people. Beyond that, you have to purchase upgrades. And as you can see right now, I'm already at level 3, and I will show you how this works. I'm going to go in to put me at level 4, and I'm given a choice. I can either buy them now for 250,000 eaves, or I can buy them for a combination of eaves and cash. And I'm going to go ahead right now, since as you can see, I have more than enough to buy them with, and I'm going to upgrade again. And this will allow me to confirm that I want to be able to own shares in up to 2,000 different people. And you can see details of an achievement unlocked. I can now own a total of 2,000 profiles. Okay, now I want you to take a look back here on the profile, and you will see two things. Number one, you can see I didn't really have to upgrade yet. I upgraded because I eventually will, and I wanted you to see how an upgrade worked. But as of right now, I own shares in 1,535 people. But I wanted to show you that you have two values here. One is your portfolio value, and that's the value of all the shares that you own in other individuals. And the second is your net wealth, and that is a combination of what you own in other people and the amount of EVEs that you have in your bank. As you can see, the EVEs in my bank went down by 250,000 when I made that investment. Now, some of you that are familiar with Empire Avenue may be looking at that and you're saying, what in the world are you doing leaving all of that money in that account? And my answer is, doing what I do, it's sometimes difficult for me to get to a point where I can expend all of the funds from that account, and this way I always have money there for good investments when they come along. Now let's go over here and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'm going to click on, in fact, let's go back here and we'll do it back over here so I don't mess up my other screens. Let's go in and let's look at notifications. I guess we'll go right there. And I click on notifications. And notifications are whenever someone makes an investment in you or says something about you or puts out a shout out, you are given a notification. And what a notification will do as it begins to reload is it will tell you how many shares they bought, how long ago they bought it, and it will allow you to then go back in and either invest back in them, make a comment thanking them for their investment. It's called a shout out, and those are things that you can do quite readily. Now, as you saw, my line up here went from 64 notifications to 0 because now they're all loaded in here. And to get caught up, I would have to go through many hours going back down through here to get to the bottom. But right now, the most recent investment in me, our comment notification, was mentioned by Ross Decker. Okay, but this is an area that many people overlook, and it's an area you need to become familiar with. If you want to know who has listed you, all you have to do is click on that button right there, and it gives you a list of all of the people on Empire Avenue that have listed you. If you want to take a look at people that have bought shares in you, you can click on that and it will go through and pull up the shares bought. If you want to take a look at your earnings history, you go right there and this will show you your earnings history for each day, and you can go back and you can see. Now, one thing I want you to note is my earnings are identical for the last 4 days, and I've come to the realization the reason that is because what I'm doing caps me out at a maximum that I can earn for my daily activity at that number, and we've been there 4 days in a row. And you can check and monitor your own daily earnings right there. The other thing you might want to check occasionally on here is go over to the leaders area. And when you're on the leaders area, if you want to take a look at weekly earnings, you can go in and you can get your top 10 weekly earnings for the week. And you can do it by your country. In this case, mine is the United States. And I'm fortunate enough to have earned more money more EVEs this week on Empire Avenue than any other individual. The classified as people's weekly earners for businesses, you can see right here. If you want to go to global instead of individual, or instead of US, I still hold the same position. However, well, I guess I'm now beyond Barry Art. Barry Art's earnings are right there. They are the internationally or globally the top weekly earner. The other one to be concerned with is weekly dividends. And this is a combination of what you own in others, what they own in you. And as you can see, for the United States, I rank third for weekly dividends. For businesses, the Alzheimer's Reading Room is the top ranked. If we go to global, we can see that I still rank third globally for individuals, and Barry Art ranks first for businesses. The only other area back here that I think you might want to be concerned with is the area of recent arrivals. And they give you the top fresh faces, top newbies. These are people that are new to the avenue that you may want to monitor and consider investing in. I will warn you, though, that by the time it appears here, it's already a couple of days old. So you're better off to go to search and look at recent arrivals to catch people as they come onto the avenue. Okay, there's the most recent member to join the avenue. One quick hint is go through and find people that have photos tied to it, because usually they're going to be potentially more active and come in at a higher value. The other thing you'll notice is if you click on their profile, let's take the example of Don Blake. We can click on that. It will open it in a new tab. And you will see that he has already connected those platforms. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. May still be in the process of connecting platforms, I don't know. My hint to you, though, if you get on Empire Avenue, is connect all of your platforms as soon as you can, and also connect your blogs. And that's very easy for you to do. Going back over here, in my case, to my home, go to My Connections, and simply go in and add them right here. You can see my Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, YouTube, and LinkedIn are all connected, and my Facebook fan page. And down below you can see where other people have endorsed it. 456 there, 498, and so forth and so on. Once you get 5 endorsements, your site can go live, and what that means is that you are going to be generating into your site a feed showing on your profile that other people will be able to go in and be able to subscribe to. Okay, you can see right there blogs and RSS feeds. Alright guys, that's a quick overview on Empire Avenue. You'll find this in my Empire Avenue blog, Empire Avenue up on YouTube, and the Nicheprof channel. Take care until the next video.